Good day, folks. So I hadn't done just a general walk around in a few weeks, and was still up to where I could move a little bit today. And I had sprayed yesterday and fertilized yesterday with the Spray and Grow and all, and haven't seen any bugs, but I like to keep it that way. And compare a few leaves or whatever, that's a 12-ounce can, and pretty good sized leaves on some of the plants. These are in the 6-inch gallon pots, and they're pickup only, and it was $35 on them. And then these are still the ones that some of these are already too big for me to try to put in a box and ship. And I do have the pots. Once I'm done with the greenhouse, I'll be looking at probably potting up some of these into 6-gallon pots, and I'll have them around with the added room in the greenhouse, the added size and everything. It won't be hard to get them in. But running the way I have with the greenhouse and everything, I haven't put as much time into the plants as I need to. I had started, my pH is way wrong, and some of the older trees are affected more by it than the new trees. And anyway, I'm still impressed with, that's where I cut it back last fall whenever I was putting it in the greenhouse. And that's where it is up there. I think my new ceiling will be a little over 10 foot, but I think that would already be pushing the limit on it. I'd still like for somebody to come get those, $3.50 a piece, for there's 2 of them, or both of them for $600. And NOAA Weather Radio said we were like 11.5 inches below average this morning. And up here under the trees, with them drawing water, it's hard to keep these as wet as they need to be. Humidity is, I don't know, around 30%, I think, is what I read on my little weather station whenever I came out a while ago. And so it's taken a toll on everything. I've got to get some more work done on the beetle leaf. I haven't been trying, really pushing to sell anything because of the time it takes to box up and ship and go to the post office and everything else. And the bills was all covered, so I ain't desperate for anything. But I had most of these down in here are rooted and ready for somebody to love them and care for them. The weeds and the grass and alls and everything. My little curry trees are doing good. I saved the seed and haven't taken care of the seed. I need to see if I could grow some more of them. But still got plenty of wood and all that goes here and there, and it's coming along. Have plenty of I didn't get very many of the red hibiscus seeds, but I do have a good crop of the pink, and I already have some of those in the house. This green malaise here is just beautiful, and the fact that my water isn't just right, you can't tell from Cerufat, pink vein here, and then the bumblebee on the end, and then this is the green malaise, and the leaves are looking pretty good, I think, color and the way the size. Let's see if I can get a shot of the back. Pretty red veins. My impatiens. These are a little slower. They were all 4 pots were done on the same day, but these are, for some reason, are behind the others. My horseradish, I'm gonna give it another month or two whenever I get caught up and all that, after everything is situated with the greenhouse. I'm gonna take a pot of that apart and see about multiplying it for myself, and I may offer a few pieces for someone. We'll just have to see. This is the old root turmeric here, and if you can see, it's 5 foot tall, and I'm watching for flowers. I want to see the flowers on them. I've seen all kind of colors on different ones, and got the weed down in there, but the roots, and actually some, like a aspirator above the ground will be green. And they say it's poisonous, but you'd have to eat like a bushel of them to even get sick. I don't know. But this heat index is being up over 100 and low humidity, and you can see the leaves on them are curling and getting a little yellow, but they're still growing good. The greenhouse is coming along, and I've got started getting the tubing rolled out. I have all the rafters bent down into place. That was my neighbor Richard came over and helped me with the last 5 of them the other day. I couldn't pull them down and put the screw in them and all at the same time. Got to get, once I get the fittings and everything, then I'll run the gas line from there on back to here, and get my cutoffs and everything in. The boards standing up there are, I've got 2 more that I've got to take apart, but they're old boards that I'm going to use for a 2-foot shelf on the low side. Got some really nice beans coming on the moringa all up in here, and that's all this year's growth, because I'd cut them here to the stump. My ginger is doing really, really well, which you can't tell a great deal. Some of the bulbs, every now and then you can see some bulbs, but and it's not really bulbs, what do they call them, rhizomes or whatever. The heat today has got the galanga rolling up more, and this is the younger turmeric, the bulbs from just last year, where the older ones are from years before that. Still have a few miracle fruits coming on. And in this weed patch, there's the walking onions down in there that I'm hoping to get divided up and repotted and everything this fall to have a really good crop next year. The tea hibiscus is just gorgeous to me. And where that shelf is going to be, I'm going to put a picket fence so don't nobody step off over into the low spot and break nothing. And every now and then some of the folks that come by and all that do have kids, and kids can get to running, and before you know it they'll be run right off the end and over the shelf. And so I want a wall that kind of would slow anything down from going through, and just for aesthetic looks, I guess. And with the sun cooking on everything else, I think I got these dry enough now that I can come back out and flip them over and start putting a coat of paint on the other side and try to trim the edges and all. So, have a blessed day, everyone. Hope you're having a wonderful weekend.